I would like to say hello and welcome to our MSH Rod information session for tonight, which is March the 25th. My name is Linda Bird Poller, and I am a clinical faculty assistant professor here at the University of Louisville. I've been here for about 5 years, and I'm delighted to be able to host this event with my colleagues to tell you a little bit more about our program. So what you are going to hear tonight are the wonderful things that we are doing to advance our program as one of the most forward-thinking, flexible, that fits your schedule, and respected programs in human resource and organizational development in the U.S. We offer some very unique attributes to our program for our scholars who are literally around the world. And we welcome you to consider being a part of this very, very large, but yet very personable family. Okay, so let me make sure. Can you still see my slides? Because I'm not seeing them advance. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So we want you to begin when you're ready. Someone mentioned that they were a bit schooled out at the beginning and starting to think now about going back to school. The many good things about our program, but one is that we have an opportunity for you to come when you're ready, meaning our enrollment and admission cycles are not stagnant and held to a fall August start. You may start in the fall, but it may be better for you to start in the spring. And it may even be better for you, depending upon your work and family situation, to start in the summer. So we have opportunities for you to begin when you're ready. Our program is 100% online. It is on paper an asynchronous program, but the way that we function in our program is more hybrid because your professors are available when you need them. We often schedule either huddle times, which are scheduled times for additional instructions, guest speakers, and we also do open office hours, which gives you an opportunity to tap into some of the expertise of your faculty. So all of your instruction is in Blackboard and through our LMS system, which is RISE, but your professors are very much accessible. Our program is offered in a 16-week semester. There are 2 sessions, and there are 1 session in the summer, and I'll go over that again a little bit later. So the class times are shorter, and it gives you an opportunity to provide, to get some rigorous learning in, practical experience, and you get twice as much in a 16-week session as you would in a traditional or standard program. The University of Louisville is an R1 university, and why does that matter, right, to you? This status really does exemplify the expertise that comes to and through the University of Louisville. The research helps to then inform practice, and it helps to inform theory. Your professors are involved in research, conference presenting, authoring, and so they're staying on top of the current trends and also the current knowledge within the profession. Our program is innovative, always looking for ways to create new opportunities for you to take your learning back to your organization and provide hands-on practice. Last winter, Dr. Cumberland offered a very engaging class. It was a special topics class. And this summer, Dr. Shane Kelly is going to offer a special interest topic around AI and HRD. This class allows our professors to bring in information that is trending and that is meaningful and relevant right now. We also offer a SHRM alignment. If you're not familiar, the Society for Human Resource Management is a nationally known, and I would say globally known program that helps to certify professionals in human resources. And we work with them to align our programs, our objectives, and our competencies with their certification and philosophy. Altogether, these very unique qualities and attributes of our program help to advance your career. And so that is why we want you to think about when is the right time for you to begin. We have great partners that help us both on the online and also as you come through admissions. Uh, Sarah Schubel is with us tonight. And so I will pause and ask her if she would unmute and introduce herself and tell us how she helps our HROD scholars as they become enrolled in our program.
Sure. Yes, my name is Sarah Schubel. I'm the Director of Graduate Student Success for the College of Education and Human Development. My team works with all of our graduate students from the point of application and admission all the way through to when you're ready to graduate and we're auditing your degree. So we can help answer questions. We kind of work as a hub to assist you with anything that's exceptional to the traditional program. So if you're looking to transfer credit in, if you need a variance of any kind, if you have questions about the correct processes or where to go to find some answers, our team can help you out with that. So we're a good resource for you along with your program faculty if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. And we thank you for all the hard work that your team does. Today, Dr. Cumberland and I had the opportunity to sit in on a training. They're forever trying to help us be more effective and efficient and helping you to access our program. So we really do thank you, Sarah, for all the hard work that you all are doing. And we know that right now, as the semester comes to an end, it gets to be a bit much for you. But we thank you for helping us to enroll new scholars. So again, let's talk about when you might be ready to join us. You can use this QR code that goes directly to our applications. And we just wanted to note for you the application deadlines that are here for each of the sessions. And so hopefully you can work with Sarah and her team to meet some of these deadlines for applications so that you may begin the term on time, either in the fall, the spring, or the summer, when the time is right for you. So we've been introduced to some of our faculty, but I wanted to just bring to your attention the wonderful people that you'll have as faculty, and this is full-time faculty. Dr. Cumberland has introduced herself, and Dr. Sherrick. We have Dr. Brad Shuck, who is a full-time professor for us, and Dr. Shane Kelly, who's also a clinical faculty assistant professor. Between the five of us, we bring to you, I won't even say how many years of experience, but a wealth of knowledge in different areas within human resources and organizational development. But wait, that's not all. We have about 12 partner faculty, and these are individuals who are in the field right now as practitioners, consultants, and they serve in a variety of other roles right now, and they work with us. Several of them are teaching with us this session, and there are others who are helping us to rewrite curriculum and get your classes ready for fall and spring. So as you can see, we have lots of talent that's ready for you to help you to make sense of this wonderful world of HROD. So let's talk a little bit about why you should choose the HROD program here. We've talked about the flexible online learning. Again, 100% online. Why this works is if you're in the military or if you are in a different time zone, the learning is accessible when you're ready. And the huddles that I mentioned, and even the office hours that your professors provide are optional for you. And so we make ourselves available around the clock. And that means that if you are 2 hours ahead or 3 hours behind, we work with you to make sure that you have access and you are in touch with our program. We've mentioned that we're SHRM aligned, which means our courses, each of them, have taken care to make sure that they are representing the SHRM competencies. With our program, we try to eliminate some of the barriers that prevent access, such as our GRE. It's no longer required. Your admissions is based on real world experience that you bring. And we take into consideration any former learning and training that you have had. It is an accelerated program. And so the reason that many people are interested in this program is because you can be done within 1.5 to 2 years, depending on what experiences you bring into the program. This slide helps to kind of articulate what we mean when we say HROD. We have a human resources side of our program that focuses on functions of HR, such as talent acquisition, performance management. We also have people analytics, but we also have an OD side that functions around topics of culture, change management, and programs evaluation. In the middle of those two, right, there are some things that human resources and OD share: strategic planning, coaching, leadership, and ethics. Our program helps human resource and organization development specialists in a variety of organizations. So let's talk a little bit about what you would experience in the courses here in the MS HROD program. You will have 6 classes or 18 credit hours that are required. These classes don't have to be taken in the order before you take your elective classes, which I'll show you in a moment. But we do encourage you to take 605 first. It's a leadership in HROD. It helps you to understand HROD's position in organizations and the possibilities as a leader. Now, a leader doesn't have to have an official title in order to lead in an organization. And so this class helps you to understand, policy, theory, but helps you to practice leadership within your program. The other required classes are listed here, and the class that's highlighted is the very last class that you'll take, and that is an integrated capstone, Lead 616, which Dr. Carrick spoke about. That's one of the classes that she teaches. Together with those 6 credits that are your required classes, you have the opportunity to take 4 of the classes listed here that are elective classes. And these classes range from 614, which Dr. Cumberland has designed and teaches, and that's program and organization evaluation, all the way through our special topics class that can change session by session. You only need 4 electives along with your 6 required classes. So we've talked a little bit about our relationship with SHRM, but I want to mention a very special part of that relationship for scholars who have already earned their SHRM certification, which is a CP or an SP, your certification that you get when you sit for the test. If you have earned those certifications before you come to us, and we are aware that at admissions, it can replace 2 classes. It will replace 605 and 611. The same is true if you have your HRCI certification, which is a PHR or an SPHR certification. Again, it will replace 2 classes, 605 and 611. The certification credit is not applied until after your first semester, but we put it on your program sheet, and that's a placeholder for you that allows you to finish earlier. If you're military and you have taken or been a part of and completed the AGCC course, you too can earn 2 classes on your POS, which is your program of study. Those 2 classes would be the same, 605 and 611. That class would then be applied, those classes would then be applied to your program of studies, and you would get that credit just like our SHRM certification. This is a great way to bring your experience, your training into our program and have it count for something that you've already completed. It helps you to finish faster, and it also helps you to customize your program, your remaining classes that fit the pathway that you're trying to achieve with this degree. So the cost, our tuition is $850 per credit hours for general students, $250 for our active duty military. And there are some additional but minimal expenses that you are made aware of through your admissions and then in the classes that you also enroll in. For most of our classes, there are no textbooks. We do work very hard to get all of your materials in your Blackboard modules so that it's everything that you need is in one place. So there are also opportunities for financial assistance if you need that. And again, your certifications help to cut the cost of your program overall by bringing in those certifications, and the training from the military will help you with 6 graduate credits. One other perk that I think is unique and extremely beneficial is our free student chapter of SHRM. It's run by Shane Kelly, who is one of our professors, and Dr. Ann Hurd, who's an affiliate in the UofL program. She and Dr. Kelly work together to bring you speakers, opportunities for internships or apprenticeships, and their work with our students helps to position you for leadership in professional organizations like through SHRM. Attending conferences, again, is an opportunity here. It is completely free, and we recommend that you join as a way of helping to broaden your network in the HR arena. It does allow you then to participate in SHRM activities and nationally at a reduced cost. So I've told you a lot about our program. We want you to be a part of our team. We want you to begin when you're ready. So what questions do you have for us at this time?
I have a question. It's in regards to how the program would support professionals who are transitioning from operational roles to one leadership, like they have non-HR titles. How would this degree path help them towards leadership roles? Could this help them towards leadership roles?
Definitely. I think in a variety of ways. One, particularly if you're coming from a different industry, it helps to give you the language, the theory, the history, and then the practical tools that you'll need to enter um, into the HR field. Again, if you if you're coming into the field, you're going to be leading, whether you have a title of director or manager or supervisor. And so our program, when we talk about leadership in 605, we're not talking about a title. We're talking about your behavior, your actions, and the work that you do as an HROD professional to advance human capital and human capital rights. So a lot of our programs are going to help you to take what may be theoretical, maybe research, and turn that into application in practice. So through our capstone projects, you'll work in teams or alone to help you to analyze and pull together the learning that you do in class in order to help an organization. Could be through consulting, it could be designing a new plan, it could be that you're providing some advice as to performance management, how to strengthen a selection program. So all of those aspects, I think, help you to come into the program, be it from the military or from another industry, and getting yourself situated in an HRD role. Anyone else that's on our team would love to help answer this question, please jump in.
Thanks, Linda. I put in the chat, one of the big things in the 616 class and throughout the entire program is the networking and connections, because we are connected with a lot of different associations. And in the 616 class, I'll just give an example. We had a military person retiring out in California. And so his project, he was actually moving to Dallas, Texas. So I contacted the local SHRM group there, and he did his project actually for them in Texas. And he sent me a note this past year saying how much it meant to him because he was able to then walk right into the Dallas, Texas SHRM group, and he already knew the people that he'd been working with. So I think connection and networking is something that we really bring forth as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Carrick. Dr. Cumberland or Dr. Shuck, would you like to add anything? Awesome. Are there any other questions that we can answer?
My name's Shelby. I think I missed the introductions, but I come from a psychological background. So I've been a therapist for 6 years, and I was interested in industrial organizational psychology prior to that. And I'm thinking of transitioning to more of a role in that way and be in human resources and development, like leadership roles to like talent acquisition and running, personality tests and stuff like that. Do you think that getting this master's degree on top of my already clinical psychology one would be a good route for kind of what I'm looking for with that industrial organizational psych aspect?
Um, I I have an answer, but I won't hog the floor. If there is anyone else from our team that would like to answer, please let me know, but I can certainly
Yeah,
provide an answer for you.
let me jump in. I've got to run and catch a plane here in about 6 minutes, but I wanted to pop in and say hi and connect with everybody. So I love this question, and I think those 2 degrees are incredibly powerful going forward. So I have a background in counseling, psychology as well, and the HROD piece of this for me really helps me go into organizations, and in some ways, it's kind of like doing office therapy with leaders and what that looks like and how you help people kind of move through really messy challenges and problems. There's no question that the org analysis skills, the leadership skills, understanding things like culture, engagement, and then the capstone projects that Dr. Carrick was talking about would be an incredibly powerful combination for you, working inside organizations or working as an outside consultant going into organizations for sure. I absolutely love the combination.
Thank you so much. That's exactly what I needed to hear. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Shuck. Safe travels.
See you soon. Linda,
So Shelby,
Dr. Bird, I was going to say one quick thing. I saw
Yep.
Jake ask a question about maximum number of classes, so I thought I'd weigh in here. We know that everyone has different variables in their life. You know, obviously jobs that require travel, a la Dr. Shuck, who's getting on a plane, families, demanding jobs, sometimes less demanding certain times of year. We have found that the most successful students, that's why they're in 7.5-week chunks, that you take one course per session and you get 2 courses in the semester. There is a tiny bit of shoulder between May and June, actually in early May, and a tiny little shoulder before the fall semester starts. And then there's a little bit of a shoulder in winter, but they start right after each other. So our students who have the maximum success try not to overload themselves with more than 1 course per session. So, but we do know everyone's variables differ.
thank you, Dr. Cumberland. I wanted to go back to Shelby. I was trying to Google on the side an answer to your question. I know that I've spoken with a colleague of mine here here in Virginia who is going back to school to get, so she is HR. She's going back to school to get her degree in counseling. There are more and more jobs being available in HR to strictly look at well-being, psychological safety, right? Those sorts of things. And they are combining the wonderful talents and skills of consulting, counseling, right, that go along with these issues and major and current themes that are going on within HR. So Shelby, I think that you've hit something very special, bringing in your psychology experience into the HR realm right now with all that is going on in organizations, individual trauma and also organizational trauma. I think it's a really good match. And our program can help you with the tools you need to bring those two together.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the explanation.
You're very welcome. Are there any other questions that you all would like to unmute and discuss?
I was just wondering, what helps someone stand out the best when applying to this program?
I think that you're going to, and you know what, Sarah, I'm going to let you jump in, and then I'll circle back around from an academic point of view. I'll let her talk about the admissions part and what you need.
Sure. So for the application, you know, there's a personal statement component where you're going to want to cover your background, so your educational background, any work experience that you have, but the piece that's going to stand out the most is your vision for, you know, your future path and how this program in particular is going to help you get there. So I would focus on that. We do require a current resume as well. Now, you don't have to have previous work experience. There are no prerequisites for this program. So it's for folks that are already in the field, but also those who are looking to make a career change. And so we're not necessarily looking for that. There is a minimum GPA component that we are going to be looking at, but if you're looking at ways that you can impact your application to make it stand out, I would look at that personal statement and speaking to how this program is the right fit for you to get you going in the right direction.
Thank you so much.
So I think that academically, speaking about your standing out is, you know, are you committed to the rigor, and do you have a thirst to bring this kind of learning back into your organization. I think that's what we're looking for. It's not a program that is steeped in or stayed in theory and research, but we use theory and research to help inform what you are able to do in an applied way back in your organizations. And then if you're not already in an HR role, it's still important to be aware and informed about HROD practices, and you can help and add value to your organization by doing that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other questions that you would like to explore?
There's some questions in the chat. Shall I
Thank
read
you.
them or do you want to read them?
That would be great.
Joseph's asking, saying, for the SHRM certification, does this program only prepare you for the exam, or can you also take the exam through this program? No, we don't offer the exam, but again, this is a full HROD, so it's not just human resource development, it's also organizational development. So there is change management, and there are performance metrics classes and people analytics and so on and so forth. And so what I mean when I say that is we're aligned with the SHRM objectives and outcomes. However, you would take the exam on your own. And I always, give suggestions on what good study booklets are good for SHRM, or your local SHRM chapter always has study groups that you can use as well. And so the other part of his commentary question is, I am military, so I have the ability to take the exam through credential assistance. So just wanting to understand your options. Did I answer your question, Joseph?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, it's not Joseph, it's someone else. Sorry about that. Thank you.
So I would say to add to that, we don't say that if you're in our program that we're preparing you for the test. However, I know there are scholars who have said that because of our learning, because of our training, they were successful in the program and they felt confident in the exam. But we don't guarantee going through our program will be an automatic pass on your exam. The SHRM, as Dr. Carrick said, there are SHRM study groups. There are materials that are available for you. But our curriculum is aligned to help to support your thinking and your preparedness for that exam. I hope that helps. Dr. Carrick, are there any other questions in the
Yes.
chat or?
Yes, this is one I think more directed, just a holistic answer from Sarah Schubel. It says, "What's the cost? Is the cost per credit hour, not per session? So I can take as many or as little in a session, and I still pay the same amount." And the answer is no. These are 3 credit hour courses. So you have 8-week class with 3 credit hours. You have the next 8 weeks, 3 credit hours. And go from there. But I don't know if Sarah, if you wanted to say anything more about the financial aspects. Thanks.
That's correct. It is per credit hour. And you do want to be mindful about how many courses you're taking at a time, because especially if it's your first time going through a graduate program, it can take a little time to get used to the demands of a graduate program and the rigor of it. And if you've been out of school for a while, that transition, you don't want to jump headfirst in. So I would just say that talk through your advisor. Talk through your expectations with your advisor and kind of what plan you have in mind as far as the classes that you want to take and the pace that you want to go at. The nice thing about this program is the flexibility. So if there is a semester where you know things are going to be really heavy at work, you could choose to just take one course. If there's another semester where you have the capacity, take two courses. There are sometimes electives that are offered over the winter session, which are really accelerated, but can help you kind of check another class off your list. So there are ways to still get through the program quickly without overloading yourself. You just want to be sure that you're really communicating what your workload is and how to maintain success in the program.
And I'll pipe in on that one too. As I mentioned earlier, there are times when we have shoulder periods where coming off a shoulder period, you might have the energy for two, but between session 1 and session 2, we literally go from on a Tuesday, we end and we start on a Wednesday. So that's a tougher one. So when do you want to put two? We really try to balance it out. And we do understand your commitments. Advisors are extremely valuable to help you navigate those types of issues. So that's where our advising becomes important for you. And we are here to help you make those decisions.
And then Evelyn Crawford sign in, may not be Evelyn, I'm just kidding. She's asking, it seems like a great program including HR and OD together. Will this program point me into a career for organizational training and creating training content materials? And you see Dr. Cumberland's face light up because that's one of the sessions that she teaches, instructional design. I'll let her give a little snippet about that. But it's very diverse. I even think about building leaders that are managing other people, because again, we have so many different classes. You can see talent acquisition, talent management, performance management, people analytics, employee relations, and again, and then tying back into, I'll let Dr. Cumberland speak on the instructional design component. Thanks.
Certainly. And Dr. Kirk, thank you. We have several. One of our core courses is adult learning, and it's also the learning organization. It's currently switching its title, but it's about the learning organization because all of us want to be part of that and help build that. But we do have courses in how to build courses, how to use technology. So we do offer a platform of courses that help those who are in the T&D. And I also teach program evaluation, which when you teach training, you want to assess at the end of the training if it did what it was supposed to do. So we also teach how to calibrate. I saw another question about mandatory webinars, and I'll just go ahead and click on that one here. We have huddles. We like to think of them more as conversations. I always talk to my students about this as an opportunity to connect about our projects and learn from one another. They will vary. Sometimes 4 people might come, sometimes 10 people. I have one tomorrow night. I have 10 people signed up, but that's because I have a guest speaker. They didn't just want to hear me. But anywho, we do enjoy the opportunity to converse with students, but we do know they're all over the world. So we record every session. We don't even have, there's no testing on these things. They're designed to complement the content of our courses. Dr. Carrick teaches the capstone, and every week she's there waiting for you in her huddle for those who show up to converse about those big projects they're working on. Dr. Bird Poller also does huddles. So we might do 4 out of 7 weeks. Everybody has sort of a different way of playing it. Again, designed to be there if you need it. And we also are very happy to talk to you individually. I hope that helps.
Perfect answer. Thank you.
Additional questions, curiosities?
We do have one from Larry. What career support services are available?
So your advisors, certainly we have met with individuals who are trying to pursue HR roles. I know that we have helped with the resumes and cover letters, and we've served as recommendations. We also have some formal resources within the university as well. And so I would have to go to the website to point you in the right direction, depending on the conversation that you have with me about where you are thinking that you want to go and what you'd like to do with this degree. Many of the times I start my advising that way. Well, what do you want to do with your degree once you finish? And that kind of helps us to help you pick your electives and to get you networked into student activities as well. So I know that that's what we do as advisors, and then there are other supports within the university. Dr. Cumberland or Dr. Carrick, would you like to add?
Well, I put in the chat, since I teach the capstone, which is the very last course, I'm finding more and more, and it's an ebb and flow, people looking to transition and change jobs. And so I specifically do a recruiter piece where we go through in the Lead 16 course, where I'm either connecting them with people to do HR interviews, from our vast network around the country, as I just mentioned, even the project I talked about, and I could name a million more. I just don't want to bore with details, but I'm happy to speak offline about it. Whereby we're trying to connect people together and to job postings with not just SHRM, but other organizations that we have connections with. I'm still an old-fashioned believer that not what you know, but who you know. And in the age of electronics, even though I'm a technologist, I still think we have to continue to figure out our network. We also use our alumni network. We've had a lot of good hits, or I might say to outreach to some of our alumni who've gone through this program. This program's been in existence for 20 plus years. So we have thousands in that network where we might say someone's just needing an entry level. How can you be helpful? And typically we get that. But we also, as Linda mentioned, there is a formal support system at the university, but I feel like, at the capstone 616, it's an added value that we connect you in LinkedIn, or we connect you with alumni, or we connect you with SHRM, or interviews. I've had people do that as their project, where I've helped them align interviews during that 8-week session, and that's their major project, is to get these interviews done and go from there. I want to answer this next one. It looks like Philip's asking, are systems such as Oracle or SAP part of the program? And the answer to the question is not directly for the content for the HR Organizational Development Masters. However, we've added a technology component in all of our programs. And since I'm the Assistant Vice President for Digital Transformation, I have to throw in there that as part of our program, you can get badges and certificates from Microsoft, Google, IBM that can complement your degree, and you're not paying extra for those certificates. I'd have to look to see what our access is to Oracle certificates. It's not a certification, but we do have training in nearly every technology sector.
Very good. Any last questions that you might have? I just wanted to remind you, our summer session begins May the 26th and lasts through July the 17th. Our fall session begins August the 17th and lasts through October 7th. And this is exactly what Dr. Cumberland was saying. The very next day, October the 8th, our second session for fall begins, and it ends on November 30th. This again is the QR code to apply, and we hope that you will be working with Sarah and her team to get your application in time for summer, fall, or if you need to wait till spring, then wait till spring. But we hope to see you as a part of our team in 2026 and 2027. Okay.
Absolutely. And quickly, I'm about to type it in. I don't know if I can type it fast enough. We open those courses up early. We're so welcoming. Yes. We can't wait to see you. So 2 weeks before that start date, those courses are up, and you're getting wonderful messages from your faculty who want to say, hey, I'm here. Just start. And we love those folks who start a little early, and we're already in there pumping. So we're waiting for you.
Thank you, Dr. Cumberland. Dr. Carrick, would you like to say anything?
I just put in the chat that you are welcome to LinkedIn with me. You can see I have a vast network with thousands of people that I keep in touch with. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. It's, again, kind of the makeup of, even though I'm technologist, I think the connections are really, really important. Thank you all.
We want to thank you for attending. I thank my colleagues also for jumping in and helping. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we are happy to help you answer your questions and help you get started in our program. So thank you so much. We hope that you'll have a lovely night, and we'll sign off now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night.